Hello everybody. We are going to continue working in our movie database and we are going to add the last piece before we do the deployment. Not sure if we're going to do the deployment at the end or in the next video, but let's see how it goes. So far we have the third-party API and we have our custom API in Express for the likes. Put in all the information, put in the overview, title, posters, pagination, and be able to pull up the graph at the bottom. That took long. Yeah, it's a big picture. Let's open another one. I don't know, maybe this one. So now what we need to do is we need to work in the comments. And for this, I want to use Firebase. Let's actually make it to be a little bit like a real-time chat somehow, but limited in the movie itself. So instead of doing like a general chat the way that we did it before, it's going to be a little more limited to this one. And the way it will be really the same is just do something. When we click enter, it's going to be posted and we can actually see it right there. And it's going to be a real-time update. Pretty much. So the concepts are really similar to what we did before. So let's actually get started. Let me open another movie probably. We can go to, yeah, let's open Zack Snyder Justice League. So let's try working with that. Okay. Oh, before we continue, let me just actually, I didn't commit the last changes, so added likes. Okay. So for now, let's go to use Firebase. So we have the Firebase already created and we have the dedication piece posted there. So we need to handle now the database section. In order to handle the database section, in our Firebase console, as you can see, I'm already in my movie database console, where we have the authentication piece. I need to go to Firestore, and I will create a new database. I will put that one in production mode. I'll do next. I will select a location. Let me put that one for now. And we wait a minute or two. Or three. After the database is just created, we just go to the rules and let's start adding. Instead of having this as false, we're going to change it to we allow it to read and write if we have an authentication piece. It's not the best one, but at least it's something, right? We save it and we deploy it. Perfect. So we have our database up and running. Let's put it in our code. So the first thing that we need to do, we need to import now our Firebase database. Sorry, Firestore. There you go. We want to import that one. And we need to initialize our database. And let's actually put that one over here. So we have our database that came actually from there. And we have it initialized. So for that, the only things that we need to do, I want to create const, let's call this database, equal, so we have the authentication piece, let's have the database piece. Not like this. Let's use before import ref from view, and it's actually to be ref in lowercase. We're going to do const comments equal a reference of an empty array. So we have those comments going to be there. We need to create our collection or reference our collection. So we'll do our comments collection. It's going to be equal our database collection. And let's call this document comments. Let's do now the query. Let's do the comments query. It's going to be our comments collection. We're going to get that where something, right, is equal to something else. And let's do order by. Order by, I believe, like this. Order, oops, dot order by, and we put something there. So first, before we actually proceed, the way that I envision the document or the comment itself is having, I don't know, we can have the comment object will be equal will be my username, will be a user ID, probably the movie ID, and the actual comment, the text, right? So this will be pretty much, and let me comment that out because I don't need this piece. So this is how the document I want it to be. I want to have the username, user ID, the movie ID. So we have who did it, to where, and what is the actually text, right? And of course we need the timestamp after this, but yeah. So that means the timestamp actually should be something like created at, right? It's going to be some kind of timestamp. So that would be the object. So in order to make the query, I want to get the comment for one specific movie. That means that we need to query through the movie ID. That means in order to use it, I need to pass the movie ID to my database. Because everything is going to be related, is going to be attached to that particular ID. That means that we'll have like a several connections to the database, one connection per movie. That will be a little bit more like one connection per, how can I say it, per channel somehow. I don't know. Like every movie will be some kind of one channel or one room for talk about, right? Something like that. Yeah, probably it's not the best cost efficiently or the best in a real production environment, but for now it's good enough to show you how actually we can handle that. So if we send the movie ID, we can actually say it. Okay, how the word statement works is we select the name of the field. We'll call it the same name, movie ID. Then we do the operator. In this case, the operator will be an equal, right? And then we select the value where we need to measure at, and that will be the variable of this. So check the first one is actually inside quotes. The last one is not. That's what we're saying here is the movie ID from the document should be equal at the movie ID that I'm provided over here. That's why, because this notation, because how Firebase use it. You can go through the documentation and find out that too. And in order by, we need to do it from where. Well, in this case, will be to create it at, and it should be ascended. And this is a comma. So we have a comments collection and a comments query. Right? And now that we have the query, we need to listen whenever we have a change in this query or something. So we need to remember call the unsubscribe. That's going to be going to call message query, sorry, comments query. dot on the snapshot. And it's supposed to be doing something, and this should be a function inside that's going to be something depending what happened in that particular snapshot. And this is one should be like this. There you go. So on the snapshot, what I want to do here is we will take every comment, and let's call that C in singular, and we need to look for that. So we do our comments value is going to be equal to our comment documents. So all the documents are going to be like pasted there, but because remember what we did last time, and we need to map it out. We need to map it out in order to assign the ID, because the ID is in the doc size and not in the content itself. So in other words, we just need to do something like that. Like the comment value will be for every doc, we're going to create an object. That object will have an ID that is going to be a document ID, and we'll execute the .data and we sterilize that in order to get pretty much all this. So in reality, my object ID will be something like this, right? We have the ID at the top. Pretty much is what we're actually doing. And we specify that through this functionality. So, but this will look at the snapshot, that means every time that we have a change, every time that we create, every time that we delete, etc., etc. And that should be handled that. Now, when that should be running? Well, remember, unmounted. Actually, it's on and it's not mounted. It's actually on unmounted. So whenever we remove that, we need to remove that link that we have. So we go on unmounted, and we're just going to execute the unsubscribe. Okay. That's it. So with that, we allow us to read a specific comment. We need to have something extra called cons add comment. And we need to send some kind of text here, and we need to do something about the text. This call should be asynchronous, and we need to do something about it. So the first thing that we need to check, if the user is not authenticated, we don't proceed, right? If it's authenticated, well, we need to say who is the user that is there. So we extract the UID and the display name. Those are going to be part of the comment document. And then we just await, and we do, or we go to the comments collection, right? And we're going to add something. What are we going to add? Well, we're going to add that object. We're going to add the username. That's going to be my display name, my user ID. That's going to be my UID that is extracted for the user. Then my movie ID, that will be the movie ID. So because it has the same name, doesn't make sense to put it twice. We can put it once. My text, that's going to be the text that I'm actually sending in this section, right? We can keep it once too. And we have that weird create server timestamp for the created app that we looked at the last time. So that's pretty much like to Firebase to know what need to do about that. Okay. After we finish with those, we just need to this function should need to return those two different elements, and those elements will be my comments and my add comment. And I believe with this we have the Firebase working. Let me just refresh these pieces over here just to make the connection, and let me look and inspect my array, my console. Ooh, we have an issue here. Firestore is not defined. We have that. What is? Oh wait, we need to export this. Export. But the issue is something else. Let's see what is the error. Firestore is not there. But I'm importing Firestore through here. I'm importing Firebase from here. Let me check what is happening there. Give me a minute. Okay, that was fast. I found the issue. So from Fire, yeah, I import the Firestore, but I need to extract it from Firebase. Actually, I'm not doing it. Just importing it here. That means that here I just need to do Firestore to extract it to be able to call it here. Yeah, sorry, I missed that. Making that. Yeah, my application is up and running. Cool. We go here. It doesn't show anything because we are not making the connection yet. We just created the helpers or functionality. So let's go back now to the comment section. And on the comments, we need to start working with that definition. So far, we need to create, or here from view, we just import the reference to create a new element called new comment. That's going to be an empty reference, right? And that new comment will be binded in my input box. So we just do the model equal that, right? So whatever we do here, it's going to be binded or going to be read through this one. That's pretty much what we're doing. So we need to import the database section of the use Firebase. And we need to get, and it will be interesting, my message and my send message from my database property, right? That data function. But we need to send the movie ID. So in order to make the binding, and it will have a binding to that particular ID or that particular channel. So just with that, we have that piece in there. That means that we can actually take, and it's actually no comments, no messages, comments, and add comment. There you go. That means that we can go up, all the way up, and where we have the before here. So we do for every comment in comments, we should be doing the comment section, right? So for now, we don't have anything there. That's okay, right? That means that it's working. The connection is there, and it doesn't find anything. Let me refresh to clear any possible issue, and you will see that we don't have anything there. Oh, we have one. Oh, yes, and this is really, really important. Sorry for that. So the first time that we make that call and we have that where statement, Firestore will complain about there is no index. So as you remember in traditional database, you actually need to have the indexes in order to speed up the queries. Firestore requires us to do that kind of index too because it detected that we have a complex, and that under quotes, complex query. And the complexity is that where statement. So in order to help Firebase and Firestore to be faster, we need to create a specific index for that. And it's actually accurate that. The snapshot listener Firebase error, the query requires an index. What is the pretty cool thing? If you follow this link, that query, that index will be created for us. So we just click that. You go to the console, you go to the authentication, you go to the piece, and it will say, okay, you want to create an index to comment the collection with movie ID ascending and order ascending. I say, yeah, go ahead. And we wait. Now, this will take 5 to 10 minutes. So for now, I will just pause the video and I will continue when this is actually done. So don't worry, if you have the same issue, it actually take time, sometimes even a little bit longer. But the only way to verify that is just what I do. I like to go back to rules and go back to indexes and see until this one is done. So I'll be back in a minute for you guys. Okay, that took me like around 15 minutes, but I'm here again. As you can see, the index for the collection is already enabled, so that means that we can actually proceed through the app. If I refresh this again and open some comments, we don't have any error anymore. That means the index was created successfully. And we're able to actually look through them. So now, we need to start adding some indexes. We need to go to our comments view. We already have the add comment. But for that, we will not call it directly. Let's actually create a function. Now that function will be exported automatically through this way. So let's call it add. And what it's going to be doing is going to be add comment. And we'll be sending my new comment.value. Of course, we do a validation that actually have something there, blah, blah, things like that, right? But I'm being really fast right now. Then, of course, we need to empty out the new comment. That way, whenever we do something, this is going to be somehow cleared out. And that add function will be called when the input change, and let's call it change, I want to be add. Okay. So that means we do a simple hello there. And we have an issue here for the movie ID. Let me refresh this again. Let me look at this and try again. Hello? Probably we have something wrong in there. Let me check my collection. Yeah, we don't not saving anything there. And the error states that we have reference error for the movie. Oh, we have an extra D there. Let's go to use Firebase, and when we add a comment, movie ID. Yeah, we have an extra, so it didn't exist, that's why it was complaining. So let's save it, let's refresh everything. Okay, we're fine. And we call good movie. Enter. That just went sent. Let's verify this. Comment. There you go. Created at the movie ID, good movie, the user ID and my name is there somehow. But the messages are not there where it's supposed to be. Or the comments actually are not there. Let me see through that. And comments. For every comment in comments. Yeah. We should have one extra one there. So let's go to the view page and let's see what is happening. Oh, it's not even seeing that I have view here. Oh, sometimes that happens. Okay. And what if we can do? What we can do? So we have the comments, right? And we're exporting those comments. And we're telling the comments value are my. Let me check my notes to see what it's doing wrong. We have the movie ID here. It's the same movie ID across the board. Yes, it is. And we're telling it that the comments dot value are my comment dogs map. And for every dog, I send the ID and the dog data. And that's for the query, right? Every time that query change, we should be able to see that here. So when we have the comments, with something extra as comments, were we using the same name? Probably. No. Let me check my view tools. Let me pause the video again. Let me check what my view tools are not where supposed to be, and we will see what is actually happening. Okay, I believe I have the issue. I can see here in my order by, I have a double parenthesis. I don't know why I had double parenthesis, but if we do that, and let's refresh, I added an extra comment to Mortal Kombat where I was testing. So here it's supposed to go. Yeah, this should supposed to work somehow. It's not. Let's remove the order by. Get it to here. Let's just refresh to make the connection again. Okay, we have one comment. If I call the Mortal Kombat one, we have one comment. Okay, we have Thunder Force, we should have 0. Yeah. Okay, it looks like it's working, but somehow the order by, it doesn't. It does not. I don't know why. It is this. So somehow the order by is actually complaining. Well, before we proceed, actually try to fix that. Let me go to my comments. So we actually see that the comments is being looped through. So for the comment element, I will extract, this just need to be one actually. I will extract the text and I will extract the username. And I will send the text right here and the username right here. When we do that, we should be able to see it. Of course, we need to make the connection again. Okay, good movie. Username is not there. Oh, we have username with the N uppercase. So we need to extract the username with uppercase N. And it's really important, JavaScript is case sensitive. So just with that, we're supposed to be good movie by Rodolfo Roman. There you go. Hi. Okay. Now that part is working. Let's check if we can actually go and verify what is happening with the order by. So we have the order by. 。 Okay. Order by, cloudful filters. Valid range, filter fields order by on different fields. Okay. So this is where it doesn't like it. You cannot order your query by any field included in a equality or in clause. Interesting. Oh, there you go. This is my issue. So the first order by should be actually through the movie ID, and then to the created app. Okay, let's try that. So let's go back here. That's a new one. I don't know why it works in my other environment. So before that, we can actually, in theory, should have another order by. And we have the movie ID. And probably we can remove this ascendant from here. Let's see. Let's go to the console. Let's refresh to delete all the message. And let's see it. Okay. Yeah, we cannot have that one. I knew it. So let's remove it. Let's try it. Oh, it requires an index now. Oh, thank you. So let's actually do the index again. So it looks like the other index. Oh yeah. Somehow this index, it was not complete. That was actually complaining. It was not working at all. Because the index that we need is with the created at index. So this second time, I don't know why it didn't do it for me. Well, this is the correct one. Movie ID ascending and created at ascending. Okay, let's create the index and let's wait another 15 minutes. Okay, it just finishes to do it. So what actually happened, I was been researching that. Yes, this should be the correct index. If it did it correctly to you the first time, you're good to go. What happened with me is that I have the double, where is it? Here. I had a double parenthesis, so Firebase was not able to read it correctly. So when it suggests me to do the first index, it didn't include the created app. So I can actually delete the first one that I don't need. Because I need the one for the movie ID and the created app. That will allow me just to open this. Oh, there you go, good movie. And open this one. Hi. Let me just refresh to clear all the errors. Let me verify. Perfect. Perfect. And it's doing what it's supposed to. So let me show you, because I didn't show you the last time, I believe. When I'm calling to be real time, when I'm actually calling on. So let's go to there. Let me go to the comment and another comment. And you see the way that I set that here right away, it just got pushed to this other browser. That usually doesn't happen. That means that the real-time communication is doing what it's supposed to. And with that, we have our movies database application ready. We have the like system. We have the comments in there in the correct order, and we have the pagination and the consuming the third-party API. So with this, we actually finish a first app. Now let's talk about, let's be sincere here. In a real world scenario like this is not, what can I say? Not completely reliable, I would say it. I just wanted to show you that you can actually consume for different places. Well, so in a real life scenario, like in a decentralized world where you have microservices, you can actually pull out different pieces for different places, and it should work like that. But I wanted to show you through this series of videos is everything we learn it through the semester, we can apply it in one here. Now, I'm missing a couple of things. I'm missing validation, I'm missing here and there. But other than that, we have pretty much everything created. So the last step, we have over half an hour, so I believe we can actually do it. Last step will be push everything. Let me do a last commit here, and let's put it, this is going to be added comments. There you go, and let's push it. Let me close my app, I don't need it anymore. Let me exit from this one. Let me close my API, and let me push it. I believe the only things I was missing to do. Perfect. And I will go to my server. So let me log into my backend server first. This is for the API one. I will go to the apps. I have my Notes API there, and let me just push. This one I can push. Let's put this one over here. So let's go to GitHub. Prominent, and I call it the like server, I believe. Like server. There you go. Let me select it, and let's do a git clone that part. There you go. I go to like server, I do npm install. Okay, let's do an npm, a copy of my example. How I call it here? EMB example. So let's copy the EMB example to EMB, and let's do a nano.emb in this case, and let's add the environment should be production, title like server. Let's put this one in port 3001. Why 3001? Because we have the other one in 3000. We have an application running here. Let's keep the logs in development mode. I like those. Origin going to be movies database at format.swc when we're actually making the calls. Database type is SQL Lite 3, and the file will be the db.sqlite. Username, let's put for now hello there. Enter, and then we just need to call the server to run. Let me just check my history of commands. This one we need to execute. So what we are going to do is, oops, but instead of API, it will, the user knows is going to be likes. So we need to execute from PM2 the command npm, we're going to give it the name likes API, and we execute the start command. And with that, there you go. We have the likes command running and the nodes API running. Remember, it is important. This was already running for 3000, that's why we changed this one to be 3001. Let's do pm2ls. Okay, it didn't restart, that means that we're fine. Let's do pm2 logs. Yeah, this one is still running. We have a query DNS, I don't know why, who did it. And we have the application running for 2001 for the likes app. There you go. So we have our application running here. Let's go to DigitalOcean. Let me sign in. Let's go to my CATP project. Let's close this one. And let me create the record for the, let's call the likes API to be pointing to my API server. Let's create it. Oh, again, I don't know what's this happening, but is this happening to you? What I do, I just refresh everything and try to log in again. Somehow, like I have logging in, half not. I don't know why it's happening. Okay, so let's do likes API pointing to my API server 3. There you go. And then create another one for the movies database. That one will be pointing to the frontend server. And let's put this 32. Okay, so we have those. Next step. After we saw the application is running, let's expose it to the world. Let's do sudo nano, and let's go to etc nginx const and let's create the likes.configuration file. I type my password again, and let's put everything that we needed, and we have that one in the CATP notes, I believe. CP 4360 notes. There you go. Here we have it. So we can actually just copy all this and we can paste it here. The difference will be that the name of the server will be likes-API, and my proxy path is the port 3001. Okay, Control X, yes, enter. I do sudo nginx-t for testing. Perfect. Sudo nginx-s reload. Cool. For last time, just to let's verify first if it's actually running. Let's go to ap likes-api .rodolfo roman.nyc. Yeah, like service is up and running. Let's do now the servbot, sudo servbot dash nginx, and we're going to select the first one, the likes API one, enter, and we wait for a minute. There you go. Now that we have it, we refresh this and we should be secure. Cool. Now that we have everything secure, last step is PM to save the status of the PM2 process. And that's everything for deploying the backend application. Let's go now to the front end. And let's deploy the movie database here. So let's go to sites. And let's go instead of the like server. Let's go to the movie database Spring 2021. Let me code this. Let me just copy this. And let's do my git clone. That one. cd movies. npm install. And after we have that there, we just need to copy, and we call it here example, I believe, env to .env. Let's do nano.env file, and let's call by the movies URL is actually this one. The movies token. Okay, you need to go there and grab it. I have it right here, so I can actually paste it. Perfect. The API URL. This is actually the likes API, so probably we should change this to likes. Well, let's do that later. But my like server is in HTTPS /likes-API .rodolforoman.nyc. My username is hello for now, and password there. Cool. Ctrl X, yes, enter, and then do npm run build to create a distribution folder. Oh, yeah, I always forget this. We need to go to the source directory, and we need to create the Firebase JavaScript file. Sorry. We need to create first the config directory inside config. There you go. cd config. And here we're going to create the nano firebase.js file. And we need to export actually our Firebase application, and give me a minute for getting that. Actually, I believe I had it here. Yes. My Firebase, let's copy all this content and just paste it here. Ctrl X, yes, enter. I go back to levels, I go to the root directory and do again npm run build. And we wait for a couple of minutes there. It's going to take a little bit longer. Okay, I just finished it. Probably you will see this output a little bit different with the other ones. That means, and because the way that I set up the base view app in order to have a gzip broadly in there is to have it like a better production ready application. But don't worry about those. So let's actually, now that we have that, we should be able to go to the distribution folder. Let's do pwd and let's save this somewhere. And let's do now sudo nano etc nginx conf, and let's call this moviesdb.conf. We put the password and let's do the server. Let's actually go to the notes. We can copy almost everything from here. So let's just copy all this for now. And there's a couple of things that need to change. So the server name will be MoviesDB, and the proxy path doesn't exist. Instead, we have the root element. And the root element is the folder that we just specified. There you go. I believe we can put it like that, or with that. Yeah. And let's look for the last one, view history. Sorry, view router history mode. And we just need to put that try files like this one. After this, enter. There you go. Oops. Yeah, that should be enough. Let's remove that extra space. Let's remove this extra space. And we have, yeah, the root file is the distribution folder for the movie database. And the index. Let's do Ctrl X. Yes, enter. Let's do sudo nginx.test and nginx, like nginx, actually, perfect. Let's reload. And we do a simple sudo third-bot /nginx to add the one for the movies database. So my movies database is right here, the number 3. So you select 3, enter, and I wait another minute. There you go. Now if I go to movies, db.rodolforoman.lyc, let's see if actually all works. Let me try to log in. It's secure, perfect. Let me in, perfect. Let me try to read this. I can see the comments, perfect. Hello, I can add it. And the comments are actually fine. The likes is not working. I knew it. So let's see what is complaining. I'm probably going to the course section. Let's go to the console. Likes API. Oh, I forgot to put the API here. So actually, this doesn't exist. But if we do API / likes. Okay, Rodolfo Roman, I have a typo there too. An extra M. There you go. Okay, I need to change a couple of things here. Let me see what I did wrong. Let me get back on level. Let me go to my nano EMB. Oh yeah. This one actually should be likes API. Rodolfo Roman, I have an extra M. And I believe this should be API. Right? Oh, we had it before. EMB. Yeah, /API. So this is the one thing that was missing. I have a typo and that one there. So let's do Ctrl X. Yes, enter. So the cool thing is already nginx there, so I can just do npm run build, and it will send everything to the distribution folder, and in the distribution folder it's already sent there to the application. So let's wait for another couple of minutes. It should be a little bit faster now, just a little bit. Okay, just finish it. Let's go back here. Let's do Ctrl Shift R. Let's try to do a there. If file fail. It's actually complaining that it's too big. Interesting. Speed line. So do we have the correct one in the backend? Let me get up from here. Let me go to my backend. Let me see what I did wrong in my deployment. Oh, well, we have an issue for the origin too. This actually should be HTTPS. So let's do PM2 restart, and we call this one likes API. Okay, we just restart her. Let's try one more time. Okay, it looks like we have something cool. Okay, but still some issues. Let's try it again. No content. Yeah, when we created that one. But we have an issue when we try to pull it up. 404 not found. PM2ls. PM2 logs ID1. Let's try to make another call. Let's see what is happening. There you go. It said that my endpoint doesn't exist. Why is it my endpoint doesn't exist? Let's go to the source. Let's go to routes. Let's go to API. Yeah, it's there. So for that kind of issue, let's actually use Postman to verify what is happening. So let me try to get all the likes in my server. That is https dash likes dash api dot rodolfo roman dot lyc. Not found. Interesting. Why didn't found it? I believe what is the issue now? I didn't build it, right? Yeah. So I did the start, and the start doesn't exist. I need to build it first. Oh my god. Okay, so let's do npm run build. And let's do pm2 restart 1, that's the ID. Okay, pm2 logs 1, that's the ID for the likes. Okay, should be fine now. Okay, there you go. My API is working. But I didn't deploy it correctly the first time. That was the issue. Okay, we need to be careful with that. So when I forget to put it there, I just deploy it, but I didn't build it. So just building it, yeah. We can actually see that the API now is working. And if we move for another page, everything is reset, and we can add another message. Cool. Okay. Well, if we didn't struggle with something, this will not be, it should not be one of my videos, right? But well, we have everything done. We were able to finish the app, and we were able to deploy it, and we were able to troubleshoot the deployment. The most common cases: forget to put your configuration there, some typos in your configuration, trying to see what you actually put in to deploy it and it's actually doing what it's supposed to. The most important one in order to verify all those steps is to read the error message. Reading the error message will help you understand or give you guidance where you need to go in order to have everything ready. So for now, this is everything for today. I hope that you like it, and this will be the last video for this series. And as always, any question, any doubt, don't hesitate to reach me. Happy coding, everybody.